Hey guys, what is up? Rob M here. Welcome to another episode of Redemption Basics on Rob M Studios. Today we are going to be talking about building a deck with the purple offense from the I deck. I built this deck soon after the set came out in 2013, and I have updated it a little bit since then, and I'll just kind of talk about the process along the way. All right, so we also included part of the brown defense from the I deck, a couple of the brown evil characters. This deck may have had more from that set previously, but as more sets have come out, kind of updated the evil characters with some of the newer ones. We got these enhancements here from the I deck, and then some of the Lost Souls are just Meek. And we have Christian Martyr from I deck. And then from the H deck, they also ran brown and purple in it. So I included a couple of the artifacts and a couple evil enhancements and that good enhancement down there. And just a reminder, you have to have 7 Lost Souls in a 50 to 56 card deck. So like we said, the first 2 are Meek from the I deck. We have this one from Rock of Ages set, negate hero special abilities of any opponent with more than 3 good brigades in play. So if your opponent is playing like a splash offense with multiple good brigades in it, this is a good Lost Soul to include. The female only Lost Soul may only be rescued by the female hero or the Son of God. And this one, I believe, is from the women's set, so it's also in G or H. Also from Rock of Ages, we have basically the human hero only Lost Soul. Protect this Lost Soul from rescue, except by a player with a human hero in play or set aside. Alright, and then I believe this is the Shame Lost Soul. When you draw this card, you may set aside a hero from each territory for 2 turns. Great in multiplayer. And the New Testament only Lost Soul must be rescued by a New Testament hero, which we're running Disciples, so in case this somehow ends up in our opponent's territory, we can still make a rescue on it. Alright, so those are the 7 Lost Souls that I chose. Now, you can choose a little more complicated ones, maybe some ones from the newer sets, but still, this is pretty much a basic deck. It's pretty even for good and evil. My daughter uses this deck when she plays, so I try not to make it too complicated. I've actually upgraded some of the cards to the point where she's like, no, I don't want some of those. I just want to be able to play and know my cards each time I play. Next up, we have the Dominance. And remember, in a 50 to 56 card deck, since you have 7 Lost Souls, you can have 7 Dominants. You cannot have more Dominants than Lost Souls in your deck. So we got Son of God and Angel of the Lord from the I deck. This is guarding your souls. You might have picked this up in like a grab bag or a battle box. Or if you've opened Apostles packs, that's the set this is from. Place this card in your land of redemption. Once there, redeemed souls in your land of redemption cannot fall away. There's a newer version of this card in the Revelation of John set as well. Then we have New Jerusalem. Maybe you have the Warriors or the G&H tin gift set one. This is the newer version of the card that copies the last good dominant played during this phase. So if your opponent plays Son of God and you do not have your Son of God yet, you can play this copy of the New Jerusalem card to rescue a lost soul. And then again, we have Christian Martyr, discard a hero. And this is Destruction of Nehushtan from the Patriarch set. Takes a lot of pack openings to get one of these. You may have got it in a grab bag or a battle box as well, or maybe traded for it on the Cactus forums. So those are the Dominants. Alright, so we have Andrew, may ban to Peter. John, negate evil characters. Peter, draw 1, negate demons. James, may ban to John. You're the Christ, discard an evil card. This is a neat one because you can discard an enhancement. You wouldn't be able to negate it. Or you can discard an evil character. So, pretty neat. Walking on Water, which is silver and purple. Negate and discard the last evil enhancement played in battle. We got Wonderment. Negate and discard the last evil enhancement played in battle. I love this card. Fishers of Men, Territory class. Remember, you can play this in your preparation phase in Territory to help you get Lost Souls out of your opponent's deck. Reveal the top 3 cards of opponent's deck, or top 9 if used by a Disciple. Every hero in this deck is a Disciple, so you're going to reveal the top 9, put the revealed Lost Souls in opponent's territory, and underdeck the rest. We got Authority of Peter, remove an evil character from the game, top deck a hero from your discard pile. So you're going to use this to take out an evil character in battle, and you're also going to get a hero back that may have been discarded. Alright, a lot of the enhancements are from the Disciples set, which came out sometime before the INJ starter deck. So we got a new commandment, convert X human evil characters to heroes in the brigade of your choice, cannot be prevented by an evil card. And it's going to be the number of good disciples in battle. Typically, when you play this, it's going to be 2, because you're going to have a lot of heroes that band together. You got James to John, Andrew and Peter, and as we go on, I'll show you the others. We got Faith as a mustard seed. It's used by a New Testament hero, interrupt an occupied site, an evil enhancement, or a non-human evil character, and remove it from the game. So you can interrupt an evil enhancement. So it's gonna work similar to a negate and discard, but it's basically an interrupt and remove. So you're going to interrupt, say you're being captured, you're going to interrupt that and remove that card that's targeting you from the game. So that's pretty cool. So I actually got a lot of negates in this deck. So we got My Lord, My God, if used by a Disciple, negate and discard an evil card and player set aside. This one says card. So if you have the initiative right off the bat, you're going to play this to discard the evil character blocking you, which would be great. Alright, so the rest of our Disciples. We got Bartholomew, negate special abilities on cards with the words false, lying, deception, or deceit in the title. Protect Disciples from conversion and capture. So you gotta wonder, with the Gospel of Christ coming out soon, if Bartholomew will become territory class to protect Disciples from capture and conversion. We'll have to wait and see. We got Thaddeus, protect all cards in play, set aside hero, artifact piles, hands, and decks from evil characters with toughness X or less. X is going to be the number of good disciples in play, and it cannot be interrupted. So if you can get all your disciples out of the deck, which I believe we have 10 of them in this deck, then you're going to be able to be protected from pretty big size evil characters. So that's great. And we got Thomas, enhancements used by Thomas cannot be negated, may ban to Matthew. So if you can get Thomas in the battle and get the initiative, there's some pretty good cards you can play on him. And he's going to ban to Matthew. Matthew's a great card to draw cards out of your deck. You may draw up to X cards, limit 3, which is the number of good disciples. Search discard pile for a good enhancement with Matthew in reference and place it beneath deck. And we got James, son of Alphaeus, negate special abilities on evil characters and weapons with toughness X or less. X is the number of good disciples in play, and he's going to ban to Thaddeus. And we got Philip. You may search deck for Bartholomew. So if you don't have Bartholomew yet, Philip's going to get him out for you. And then you can ban to him. And then he's immune to Greek evil characters, and it cannot be negated. So you can get Bartholomew out, and that cannot be negated. And then, hands down, the best card in this deck, and one of the greatest cards in the game, even if it's just the art, but the ability is really great. Authority of Christ. This is the National Redemption Tournament participant edition of it. You might get it in the original set, which is that one can be negated, but this one is discard all evil characters in play, may not be interrupted, negated, or prevented, aka cannot be negated. So yeah, this is a great card. It says all evil characters in play, so remember that's going to also take out the evil characters in your territory. So make sure you keep some evil characters in your hand if you're building a deck like this. Alright, so like I said, I included 2 artifacts from the H deck. We got Golden Calf, and since we're running New Testament, this is not going to hurt us. Prevent all special abilities on Old Testament heroes, cannot be negated. Discard this artifact if Moses, Hosea, or Amos win the battle. And then we also have negate all immune abilities on characters. It's going to help you against maybe demon defense with Red Dragon. And then we also included Darius's Decree from the Treasures from the Past set. Opponents may not play a good enhancement from hand unless an evil character is in battle. You may discard this card to discard all heroes in set-aside areas. So this is going to really help you against maybe Throne of David, or I originally put this in here to go against the Faith of Our Fathers, Jacob, that lets you play a battle-winning enhancement before you even present an evil character. So another important use of just having at least 3 artifacts in this deck is for one of the evil characters, and that's for Uzzah. You may discard Uzzah and an artifact from your hand or artifact pile to protect all lost souls from rescue. So it's kind of like a sacrificial block or an auto block. You play him into battle, discard him and an artifact from your pile or from your hand, and then lost souls are protected from rescue that turn. So that's pretty neat. Alright, and site lock is not really a big thing right now, but I did want to include a couple different ways to be able to get site access. So from Disciple set, we have Fishing Boat. Set this aside. Each upkeep, you may place a hero here beneath your deck to draw X, or give your disciples access to all sites this turn. And then we also have the Ends of the Earth from the Angel Wars set. New Testament heroes have access to all sites. If no New Testament hero is in battle, return this card from battle to territory. Well, those are our 1 fortress and 1 site in this deck. So to kind of go right along with the evil characters, we have all these other evil characters. So from the last set 26 of the Rock of Ages tins, we got Foreign Wives. Search discard pile for household idols. If opponent has drawn 5 or more cards this turn, protect Foreign Wives from cards used by an opponent, cannot be negated. So this is kind of like a good block for, say your opponent is using something that lets them draw at least a couple more cards before they enter battle. Foreign Wives is going to be a great way to stop them. And then we got Gomer. A ban to male evil character, cannot be negated unless Hosea is in play. So sometimes it's always nice to have a second evil character to block with. And then this is one of the ones I added more recently. You could just include the other evil characters from iDeck. You may look at the top card of deck. You may exchange it with the bottom card of deck You may draw one, cannot negate it if a meek plus soul is in play. So this is going to be helpful to have those 2 meek lost souls in our deck out in our land of bondage. And it also lets you draw your deck out a little bit faster. You can look at the top card. If you don't want that card, you can put it on the bottom. And then you can draw the next card. So I didn't think it was too complicated to add, so I added it. This one is probably going to be the most complicated card in the deck for a basic deck. This guy has a star ability, and we'll definitely explain this more in future videos, but basically if this is drawn during your initial draw 8 or during your draw 3 of each turn, you can use your star ability and get a different brown character from your deck and then place them, shuffle your deck and then place them on the top of your deck so that your next draw you draw another evil character. And this one bans as well, so it may ban to a brown king, or you may take a brown card from Second Kings or Second Chronicles from reserve. So like I said, not necessarily a card. You might just include one of the other basic evil characters from the I deck in place of Matan and this guy here. Because we're not going to get into the reserve, but the reserve is kind of like an extra set of cards that you can include in your deck, but not in the deck that you're going to shuffle. It's going to kind of be set aside, and you'd be able to access that with cards like that. So more on that in a future video. We got King Amon from Disciple set. If blocking and King Manassas is in your discard pile, search discard pile for brown Old Testament evil enhancement or an Old Testament artifact depicting idol. So you might want to include King Manassas instead of one of those other characters. Alright, this is one of my favorite ones because it's kind of got some good ability here. Protect the jeering youth from capture and conversion. Always nice to be able to be protected from those two things. If blocking an Old Testament human, you may play an Old Testament Brown Brigade enhancement. So if your opponent has Old Testament heroes, you're going to get to go first. So that's kind of nice. Alright, and then don't forget, we got these 2 guys from iDeck. And like I said, you could include the other 2 evil characters from brown evil characters from iDeck in place of some of those other more complicated ones. Alright, so our evil enhancements. Remember, we have, you're going to want to always include, maybe 2 or 3 negates if you're running pretty even good and evil deck. So we got Aiken's Sin and Bad Dealings to do some negating of your opponent's enhancements. And then we have Withdraw All Heroes. And anything that targets more than one character is a really good enhancement. So they might come out with a banding chain of maybe 3 or 4 heroes. This is going to allow you to withdraw them all. They might try to negate it, but if you have these negates, that's going to be great. Brown also does a lot of sacrificial blocking. So we did include this card here, discard all blocking evil characters and remove a hero in battle from the game. So if they only have 1 hero out, this will be a good block as well. And then Self-Doubt, return a hero in play to the top of owner's drop pile. Alright, so this is probably one of the more complicated cards I included, but it's really not that complicated. If you haven't seen the symbol yet, this is the curse symbol. So in the Lineage of Christ set, maybe the one before that as well, they separated it out so that the enhancement symbol's on this side and the curse symbol's on this side. So this could be played on your artifact pile to negate opponent's neutral cards if you use it as a curse. But I really include it in this deck to use it as an enhancement because it captures all heroes in battle to a player. So not only are you going to be able to capture all the opposing heroes that are in battle, you're going to be able to capture them to your opponent's land of bondage. And if you have no lost souls in their land of bondage to go after currently, this is going to be a great enhancement to use. So definitely want to include that. Here's another negate, stiff-necked, from Faith of Our Fathers set. Negate and discard the last good enhancement, play this battle. And that cannot be negated if used by an Old Testament human. And all our evil characters here are Old Testament. So this is a great card from the 26th tin. On our deck, all heroes in battle cannot be negated if more than one hero is in battle. And I've had this card in this deck since the I&J and the tin 26 came out. So it's a great card. Our only New Testament enhancement here is Wickedness of the Tenants. But it says, if used by an Old Testament human, interrupt the battle and discard a human hero. Cannot be prevented. So, say you're being discarded or captured or converted by the hero, you're going to interrupt the battle and discard the human before they hurt you. Alright, those are our artifacts again. Alright, so that is our deck. I believe it is a 56 card deck with the Disciple heroes and the brown evil characters. Thanks again for watching. I've been your host, Rob M. This has been a Redemption Basics episode on Rob M Studios. Have a great day. Bye.